So we're on the record in docket 23-01067. That's People of the State of Michigan versus Gregory Blackman. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Joe Falter on behalf of Mr. Blackman.
And is he?
No, Mr. Blackman's not here.
All
today.
right. So we're just making sure. So this was initially set for 8:30. It's now 9:06. It would appear that the defendants failed to appear for his PCC. I've checked the Zoom courtroom. I do not see Mr. Blackman in the Zoom courtroom. He's not in the physical courtroom. Mr. Brodowitz, how would you like to proceed?
At this time, Your Honor, people would ask that the bench warrant be issued and bond be forfeited.
Any comment, Mr. Kaltweiler?
All I can say, Your Honor, is I have had no contact with Mr. Blackman. I know that pretrial services contacted me yesterday. They have not had any contact with him. I believe he has a bench warrant for failure to appear in this courthouse earlier this week.
All right. All right. So I'll issue a bench warrant bond forfeiture. Anything else on the record in docket 23-01067? Mr. Brodowitz.
Nothing from the people, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Kaltweiler? Okay, we're all set on that case. How about Mr. Johnson? Are you in?
Right.
He is on polygraph. So we're on the record in docket 22024. Cameron Johnson, not Perry Johnson. Here we go. So we're on the record in docket 2202458. That's People of the State of Michigan versus Cameron Johnson. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Adam Pfeiffer on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Dale Falter on behalf of Mr. Johnson, who is appearing by video today. He is currently in the Angler Reception Center at MDOC down at Jackson.
Thank you. Are you Cameron James Johnson, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a probable cause conference in the matter. Mr. Pfeiffer, how are we proceeding?
Well, Your Honor, it was news to myself and the defense counsel that the client was in prison, which throws many wrenches into the system, at least of which I believe Mr. Callwriter told me is that we don't know when Mr. Johnson's going to be able to be brought over here because he's, I believe, in the quarantine area of the prison at this moment. I do see he's not going to be released anytime soon. His earliest release date is in 2025. But because of that, we may need to adjourn the preliminary examinations purely in order to get Mr. Johnson here with how it works with MDOC.
All right. Mr. Callwriter, is that your understanding and anything you want to comment on?
That's an accurate statement. My understanding is generally when you go to the reception center, you are in quarantine for at least 30 days, sometimes longer. I spoke to Mr. Johnson this morning. Obviously, they don't indicate to him when he'll be moved from that facility to another place. So I just to hedge our bets, he's in more years, just request a 30-day adjournment.
All right.
That will allow prosecution to get up to speed on what they want to do since he's already in prison.
Right, and then figure out a date that he may or may not be brought out.
And also, frankly, to figure out, because it looks like he's in there for multiple different sentences that are staggered over the last 5 or 6 years. Figure out if he was on parole at the time of the offense, because that would drastically change the ramifications of any type of plea agreement for the defendant.
All right, and this is the first prelim, so I think this is good cause to adjourn without a waiver of any kind. So, Mr. Johnson, you've heard what the lawyers are saying in your file?
Yeah, yes.
All right. And so what we're going to do is, since you're coming to us from MDOC, we're going to adjourn this to see the time frame for when you're going to be incarcerated, and then some of the issues getting you writ out of there in order to join us. You're also under quarantine there for a period of time, so we have to wait. So we're going to adjourn it about 30 days, but I'm going to find that as good cause to get you here, so you don't have to waive any rights. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah, I understand.
All right. All right. So we'll adjourn for for writ and discovery issues. D is in MDOC for, at this point in time, we think at least 2 years.
Yeah, I saw the earliest out date February 2025. That's from the Otis website.
Let's get a date 30 days out in that vicinity.
How about 6 weeks?
6 weeks is 6 weeks is fine, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
May 26th.
so we'll set it for May 26th at 8:30. So we'll reset this for May 26th at 8:30. D is an MDOC. So writ needs to be done if able. Anything else for the record, docket 22-02458, Mr. Pfeiffer?
Not for the people, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Colwrighter?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're all set. You're all set, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for your appearance today. Yep.
Go do one last lap for.
Appreciate Blackton, right?
Yeah.
Who was his-
He's looking one last
who was
time.
his-
Yeah.
No record, I assume. Thanks, bud. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Where's their class? Is that you check to see where the status is on the other warrant that I signed off on?
But you're definitely,
Yeah, no, that's no.
I just make sure.
I'd be happy to give you all my work and not have to come out here.
No,
No, I can do
I'm
it.
good with that.
No, you're a
everybody-
go-getter.
Everybody loves the Pfeiffer show.
I like that phrase up there.
Everybody loves the Pfeiffer show, you know what?
So we have Mr.
Uh,
Terry Johnson.
Yep, and Mr. Kinley and Mr. Mills, I believe, is speaking to his clients on those.
Okay.
There was a little bit of a, as far as I understand, Your Honor, I'm just not sure, Kinley may be left on,
All right.
just so he can talk to him. This was my early conversation with Mr. Mills.
So those are all Mr. Mills.
Yes,
Okay.
maybe left on, and then Mr. Terry Johnson as well, possibly because after he had another felony that he picked up, and after he was arraigned on that and the probation violation. As far as I understand from the conversations we had, he never made application to the public defender's office on those. So the public defender's office was unaware, at least of the second felony. So
All right.
but I, that's just what our early conversations were.
We have
Just to give you an
three-
idea of where we're at in the schedule.
2387 for probation violation.
So
Did we just? All right, Mr. Milks.
I'm gonna put him in a breakout room real quick.
All right, we're gonna put you in a breakout room, Mr. Milks.
Okay, with Mr. Kinley, Mr. Kinley, he and I, we are done. We're just leaving everything on for next week, just to give everyone a heads
Okay.
up.
That's on Mr. Kinley.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Kinley did have a fingerprint order, but we can address that next week.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. Oh, here he is. Mr. Kinley,
Yes, sir.
you do have an order to get your fingerprints. If you could do that before your prelim next week, that would be one step further.
I've already taken care of it.
All right, good. So you should be all set. We're just leaving your prelim on, all right, Mr. Kinley?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
Mr.
Yep.
Perry Johnson, go to join that breakout room.
And then Mr. Perry Johnson, you should get a prompt to join a breakout room. That'll be room two with Mr. Milks. And he's on.
Playoffs are gonna be fun this year.
Text your cousin and tell her to stop calling. She fucking up the court. I'm supposed to go in. She belong you with.
So, Mr. Perry Johnson, we're just waiting for
Hello.
your attorney, Mr. Bilks, and we'll put it on the record, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Somebody, let me see if I'm on. Dude, I don't know how to work this shit.
combination.
Are we?
All right.
Yes. Mr. Perry, I think we wanted to talk a little bit about.
Okay,
So we're on the, Mr. Perry, Mr. Perry Johnson, you can unmute yourself. We're on the record in docket 22-00387, 23-00090, and 23-01063. Three files set I'm calling all of one, and then we can, two of them are set for prelim, and one is a probation violation that's kind of carried over. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record?
Jeff Braddock's on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Milks on behalf of my client, Mr. Perry, who is present via Zoom at this time, waiving his court appearance.
All right, sir. And you are Jeremiah Perry Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So let's start with the prelims, and then we'll go from there. On dockets 23-0090 and 23-01063, both set for prop PCC hearing. And I know you met with your client, Mr. Milks. Mr. Brodowitz, how are we proceeding on those?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I believe after conversations with the defense is going to be waiving the 21-day timeline requirement because there was some confusion, I guess, at the arraignment.
I can take over if that's easier.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. There was some confusion, Your Honor. He is absolutely correct. We're not listed on the file, I believe, as the attorney of record. At least we haven't filled out one of our forms for that. This came to my attention. We want to make sure that we're doing this properly because I don't have any paperwork on that. So we're asking the court if we waive the 21-day rule. I believe it's without objection.
Yes, without objection.
Setting this out a few weeks. And then also, obviously, we got to prepare him for the probation violation, which someone else from my office will likely take up. I don't know when the court wanted to move that, but I figured.
I think, well, since it's not a PA, it's a fail to appear is what it is. We can just let it carry itself with the other two files because it's not a no contact violation or anything. The bench warrant was issued for fail to appear. So as long as we know where Mr. Johnson is and he's showing up, I don't have a problem with carrying the PV hearing if you allow it. See, here's the thing: we've got to set it for hearing within 14 days, but your office is involved on other two files, so there's good reason to waive that and carry it along. We could have it Tuesday, we could have it Thursday, or whenever you decide, because it's not like Mr. Brodowitz has to bring witnesses for that.
And I would completely agree, Your Honor. I would probably, whatever is most convenient for the court. If it's Tuesday, it'd probably be someone else who handles the PV. If we keep it with the PE or PCCs, it'd probably be something that I could handle.
And that would be my preference, is to wrap it all up together.
And I'm fine with that if the court is doing. We waive any timeline requirements for the PV or anything like that.
All right. So with the waiver of any 14-day rule for the fail to appear and to keep it with the other two files, which are docket 23-0090 and 23-01063. You understand, Mr. Perry Johnson, we're just going to keep your probation violation with the other two files and set them all for a hearing on the same date. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. I will need to see you in person if you have the opportunity, just to make sure you understand that you're waiving a 21-day rule in regards to your two prelim files. All right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to get on camera for me?
Yes. Hold on. I don't know how to work this shirt.
Okay. I think you just you hit your video button.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go there right now.
There you go. All right. All right, Mr. Perry Johnson, you understand you have a right to a preliminary examination within 21 days of your date of arraignment?
Yes.
And a preliminary examination is a probable cause hearing in which the people would have to prove by probable cause evidence that a crime is committed and the identity of the person who committed that crime. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, and in regards to DACA 230090 and 23010063, you are represented by attorney Mr. Milks from the Public Defender's Office, and he would be present to cross-examine any witnesses and contest any charges brought against you. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
It's my understanding so that for discovery issues and to make sure that the application goes through, it's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a preliminary examination today, and you won't be waiving your right to a prelim in general. You'll just be waiving your right to a prelim within that 21-day time frame. Is that your intent today, to waive your right to a prelim within 21 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I find the waiver of the 21-day rule to be knowing, voluntarily, and accurately made, and we'll reset both of these. We'll reset this prelim, both of these prelims, and the probation violation for
I have 3 weeks or 6 weeks.
3 weeks or 6 weeks.
3 weeks. The 3 weeks would be May 4th.
Yes.
May the 4th be with you. That should be fine, I think.
Okay. So coincide with prelim.
Yeah, that's okay with the court.
Yes, it is. So June 4th,
May 4th,
May 4th. Now I'm all confused. May 4th at what time?
8:30.
8:30. All right, May 4th, reset for May 4th at 8:30, and the probation violation will also be set for May 4th at 8:30. That way we keep them all together. Anything else for the record in the 2 prelim files, 230090, 23010063, and the PV hearing of 22000387. Mr. Brodowitz.
Nothing from the people. Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Milks, on either one of those files?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you so
All right.
much.
All right, so Mr. Perry Johnson, keep in contact with your public defender. Mr. Milks, your 2 prelims and your PV are set for May 4th at 8:30. Okay, sir?
Okay.
All right. We'll see you then. You're free to leave the Zoom courtroom. Thank you. Thank you for your appearance.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we're all set.
Just one clarification, I guess, on that, Judge. I didn't know.
Oh,
sure.
Is the bench warrant then on the PV being, or no, we didn't do a bench warrant on the PV. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just moved it to today.
Yeah, I just moved it to the other prelims, so that hearing is still just along for the
I
ride.
just wanted to make sure for my notes.
Yeah, he was picked up on the bench warrant, I think.
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah,
was okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously we don't have the PE scheduled for next week, so don't worry about.
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right, there's Mr. Perry Johnson and the courtroom and be Judge Ward's now.
Yeah, there's flooding or something going on there, I guess?
Yeah.
Is that
I'm taking a look.
Yeah.
The tarps are
Is
still
it really?
down.
I thought.
Well, I was just told that it was not just water.